thought I'd begin by modeling our mask for Red Ribbon Week. It is wrapping up this week, and there were some activities for our students to participate with that in their counselor and principal canvas tile. I'm coming to you from our lobby this morning. As you can see, it has been cleared out and we're completely wide open, ready for our students to return next week. On Wednesday, November the 4th, our sixth graders that have opted to return to school will begin that day. That is important for all students, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, whether they're in person or at home, to know that we'll begin our new schedule that day, and it is posted on our Crestview website, so you need to make sure that they follow that schedule. And if they have a question regarding when their specific lunch is, they can reach out to us, or their individual teachers will be able to tell them exactly what time their lunch is. And then our 7th and 8th graders will come back to school on November the 5th. But again, everybody starts the new schedule beginning on November the 4th. So some more important information that you need to know. One is about transportation. So you need to go to the transportation page website and use the eLink tab in order to find the correct transportation information for your child. There have been some recent bus changes, so just make sure that you get on there and verify what bus and pickup time that that'll correspond to your students coming to Crestview. A couple other reminders: students need to make sure that they have a water bottle clearly labeled with their name. Our drinking fountains are turned off except for the water filling station, so kids need to have a water bottle so that they can stay hydrated during the school day. We're not using lockers, so students have to make sure that they bring everything in a backpack and in a backpack that can fit under their chair. So don't get one of those like luggage style ones. Students should be able to manage to carry the few things that they're going to need in a regular size backpack. So I want to talk about arrival to school. So if you're dropping off your child at school, our front doors will not open until 7 o'clock. So students would need to remain in their car until that time. You can begin dropping off students on our lower lot beginning at 7:15, and you can do that until 7:47. Now, a reminder, our buses will begin unloading at 7:15, and that usually takes us until about 7:30. And during that time, I would advise you that if you're going to drop off your student, to use the lower lot. It'll just make it a much easier route for you to utilize to drop your child off. And if you're going to do that, please drop them off by the glass doors. If you're going to drop your child off on the upper lot, there is a clearly defined crosswalk right in front of the main doors where you should unload your child. There's a spot where they will be directed by our school resource officer and other adults that will be on duty. So don't drop your student off anywhere else on the upper lot except for in that clearly defined area. If you plan to pick up your child from school, we're going to ask that everybody pick up their child on the lower lot. We are doing our best to have all the buses on the upper lot. And if you try to bring your car in there, you're going to get stuck. So my suggestion is that you pull into the lower lot, find a parking space, and wait for your child to come out to you. You're welcome to come up and meet them at the glass doors. But my suggestion would be to park in the same spot every day, and it will kind of be your routine on where your child will be able to come and meet you. We're not going to set up like a parent pickup line because the number of cars that we expect, it'll be run all the way out onto Clayton Road. So if you're going to pick them up, just find a parking spot on the lower lot. We know it's quickly coming up, but we've rescheduled our second quarter parent-teacher conferences for November the 12th. We're going to continue to use the Pick a Time scheduling program in order for you to schedule a time for your parent-teacher conferences. The information specifically about that will come in next week's weekly update, but you can plan on scheduling your times beginning on Friday, November the 6th, and it'll be open all day on until the conferences again for November the 12th. There's some more information in the weekly email about our Grab and Go program and Got Your Backpack. We could use some more donations to help our families for Thanksgiving meals, and all that information you can find in there. But if you're a family that utilizes our Grab and Go meals from our cafeteria, beginning on November the 4th, that pickup time is only going to be from 8 until 10 a.m. One thing we're going to do to recognize a change in school, on November the 4th and 5th, our CPO is putting up some signs out in front that just says, "We love Crestview." We invite you to come up and take your picture with those signs. And then if you post them on social media, that you would use the hashtag Crestview Community. And you can tag us in there, and our social media platforms addresses or links are actually in the email as well. We know there's a lot that people have questions about as they return to school. There is a link to a video that we created for our students who are returning to school that gives them a full detail of what a day is going to look like at Crestview. So I encourage you, if you have not watched that video, to please make sure that you do so with your son or daughter. One last thing is that there are auditions for our virtual spring musical. All the information about that is in the email, or you can find that on Mrs. Fontana's webpage as well. Thanks for watching our weekly video. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at jansengary@rsdmo.org or call us during our regular school hours.